Oh man, they're set up really well here to make another really good pick.
Yeah.
But I mean, the tweet yesterday was what? Isaiah Joe at 21 or 34?
34 was the promise. Like, who would you even draft in stash here? I don't even know.
Stash, I don't know because I don't know what's left in terms of international guys.
There's not many.
Thiago, would you honestly worry about that, or would you just take the guy that you were talking about taking at 34 if he's just better?
Yeah, you talking about Joe?
Yeah,
Isaiah Joe.
Yeah.
I mean, you can take him. I wonder, like, he's probably not going to have a lot of minutes next year. So, like, is he okay with like going to the G League on a second round contract? I don't know. Maybe he wants to sign with like a under F58 or some other team. There's also that, like, when you get picked the second round, like, you have a team friendly contract attached to your name. So he may be like, you know what, I want to go and draft it and then dictate where I want to go. So there's a little bit of that probably goes on as well. I would take him. I would take him. I'll take Cassius Stanley. I think it's gonna be Joe.
Isaiah is definitely a more complex player and has higher upside. I like Isaiah Joe. I just don't know where he fits.
I had a first round. Oh yeah, Jonathan Giovoni, the sister targeting Isaiah Joe with the 49th pick. Let's go.
Dude, how do you have that? There it is. Oh, never mind.
Let's go.
And listen, you got to think of it from this standpoint. Man. You got to think of it from a value standpoint. You were going to take this kid at 34,
exactly,
or 36.
Yeah,
and you're going to get him now at 49. He's known as a shooter. There's no pressure for him to come in and have to be a guy this year with the way your roster is being constructed. So why the hell not? I mean, I think that's a great pick.
Right on.
One thing about Isaiah Joe,
value. You nailed it, Rob. I think value is the key word here.
Yeah. And one thing about Isaiah Joe, like, a lot of these shooters are like big defensive zeros. Like, he's not. Like, he's a good help defender. He's a good team defender. He's long. He reminds me like a little bit of Robert Covington. I'm not saying he's Robert Covington. I know Rob doesn't want to hear that. But if you forget the process years aside, like, he's got some defensive value as well. But from a shooting standpoint, like, he's the shooter, one of the shooters of the draft. So,
all right. So we've got Tyrese Maxey,
and his range is crazy.
His range is insane, man.
Yeah,
you watch the videos, holy crap.
And that's what, I'm watching his highlights now. I love a guy that can kind of create separation and step back and knock down a three.
Yeah.
And he's got that part of his game. So that's exciting. That's
7
exciting.
foot wingspan. He definitely has that NBA frame. But yeah, so what do we got? We got Tyrese Maxey, we've got Seth Curry, Isaiah Joe, Danny Green,
and
Ferguson.
Yeah.
All right.
Being happy. Chris is getting happy.
I'm happy. I'm still.
I think
I'm not rational right now. I am 100% not rational. So.
And I think Tito's is playing a role here too, Chris.
Exactly, 100%. 100%.
Well, here's the deal. Sixers fans that were so annoyed, Bleacher Report just popped up. You know who the pro player comp is for Isaiah Joe? And you guys can tell me if you agree or disagree. It's Landry Shamet. So you were all pissed when we traded the guy away.
I don't see that at all.
I don't see that.
He doesn't have that ability. He's more of a throw and catch and shoot, stand in the corner, catch and shoot kind of guy. Like that's
I don't see him coming off screens like that.
Yeah.
But he can shoot, man. Here are his numbers. So he attempted over 548 3-pointers in 2 seasons at Arkansas. That equates to about 11.2 3-pointers attempt per 40 minutes. Think about that.
Love it.
That's all he does is shoot 3-pointers. Average 37% career-wise, which is a little bit above average, NBA average. Was down last year. So he shot over 40% his first year, down to 34% his second year. But he did play with like a knee injury. So I think that had something to do with it in his sophomore year. And he had like over 100 assists, close to 100 steals. So he's more than just a shooter. Like he can pass the ball, he can create havoc. So I think he's just awesome value, man.
Yeah,
we
made a whole video on Isaiah Joe and his fit with the Sixers. So
yeah,
that's where I got all my information on the kid from your video. I watched it the other day. When I started seeing his name pop up, I'm like, I got to just check this kid out and see what the deal is.
He's fun.
In your video talking about him, so it was good stuff.
But here's the thing, though. Sixers fans have to be patient with this guy because he's going to go out there and he's going to go 1 for 12, right? And you're going to have those games where he's like, why is Isaiah Joe shooting the ball? This is what he does. He's here to shoot the ball. He's going to have some awful shooting nights, and it's okay. It's okay because he's also going to have some amazing shooting nights.
Yeah.
So you just got to live with it.
I just realized that, like, I was always so nervous that, like, did we scout enough? Did we hit, like, all of our players? Like, was there a player that the Sixers could draft and we missed him? So far, we're 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
man, what a night, man. You know, you want to get yourself acclimated to this city. You need to follow the Daryl Morey way of doing it, man. He became an instant hero in 24 hours.
I don't want to podcast.
And they haven't played a game yet. Like, you know, but it's just one of those things where you're seeing a structure that you wanted to see from this team, you know, and all of it is happening within 24 hours, which is awesome.
Yep. That's what I said when the Morey hire came about and I had my podcast that day. I was like, look, it's just refreshing as a Sixers fan to where the franchise is finally starting to put the right pieces in place. Like you go out, you get Doc, you revamp the coaching staff because that was everyone's number one complaint in Philly. You go out and you get Daryl Morey, and it's like, okay, they finally put the right pieces in place to go get the right pieces for the roster to do the work. And literally on day one of like with the draft, you know what I mean? Like it's already happened.
Good night, Ireland. Good night, Ireland. Thank you so much for joining, man. Thank you, Jack. We'll see you in Ireland. Save me a pint, bro.